Oh, what is the dealio? Let's see what we got today. Oh, nah.
Nah, sucker, sit it down and watch this movie.
Freak. So today we got an animated movie. Yes, we're back to the animation. Kung Fu Rabbit style.
I'm going to be a free cake making Kung Fu superstar.
This movie is a ripoff of Happy Feet. It's called Tappytoes, and you can tell that it's Tappytoes because literally at the beginning of the movie they're just tapping their toes, but they don't have toes, so I don't get it. But anyway, so I saw this movie. I was looking for ripoffs. Of course, I always look for ripoff movies because they are hilarious. And I found this one, and this one came up. It's on a channel called Family Central, so you can watch it for free. Just another ripoff movie that I'm going to review, just like Kung Fu Rabbit. Hopefully it. So I've watched this, and a lot of plot holes, and it's just bad, and you're gonna see why in a bit. Thankfully, the movie is not as long as Kung Fu Rabbit. It's only 40 minutes, so this is probably not gonna be that long. So thank goodness. All right, let's get into this. For some reason, this movie had to like tell you the title like 3 different times. I don't know why it does that, but it's like, we know the name of the movie. You don't have to tell us 3 times. But I don't know. I want you to make sure that this is not Happy Feet, but we're also kind of using their title just a little bit. Then we go through this like narration of like how evolution works, like how like energy is transferred between animals and who eats who, basically the food chain and this and that and the third. But basically they're trying to say that this movie is gonna like break that cycle, how that works, and somehow, some way, all animals will then live in harmony and not eat each other. Yeah.
Until the most unlikely of animals broke the chain in a most unusual way.
So we get to this scene where there is this female penguin. You can tell because of the pink, I guess like eyeshadow that is like around her eyes. Don't know where she would have got that from, but anyway, she's just like standing in the middle of nowhere by this egg, doing nothing.
Stupid.
Not eating or just enjoying the scenery of the Arctic, I guess. Then we get to these 2 birds that are up in this mountain or this cliff or something, and they're watching her with binoculars somehow. I'm gonna call the one on the left the bad bird, one on the right the good bird, because I really can't really care enough to remember their names. So that's what their names are gonna be. BB and GB. There you go. Have differences so you can tell which one is which. So they're looking at her through binoculars, and they're looking at the egg that she has. And like I said, she's just standing there doing nothing. They concoct this like entire plan and everything of how they're gonna like steal the egg.
You distract the penguin, I snatch the egg.
They talk for like at least like a minute and 30 seconds. And then when we cut back to the female penguin, she's still just standing there doing nothing. It's almost like she's just waiting for something to happen, or just waiting for someone to like interact with her. Like, what is she doing? Probably wondering why I'm calling them the good bird and bad bird. Is because one, they have like this like relationship where one guy is kind of like an idiot, but he's not a savage. And the other one is just very stoic, sarcastic, and I don't know another word for him. He's just He's just not good, okay? That's the idea, all right? Like I said, they concoct this entire plan and everything. They talk for like a minute and she's just standing there. Like I said, it's almost like she's just waiting for someone to come and steal her egg. That's like waving $1 in the air in public and then just being like flabbergasted that somebody went and stole it.
Hey, man, that's my $1.
Guess that's the city life, huh?
Oh, wakey, wakey! I've come for my breakfast!
And look at her, she like gasps, like she's so surprised that somebody came and tried to do something here. You're not doing anything. What did you think would happen? They do the old like bait and switch basically, where like one bird tries to like attack her, I guess, and the other one just steals the egg. Like the most obvious thing, like it was very obvious that that was a trap just to get her away from the egg. Honestly, I don't know why she didn't just take the egg with her. Like she didn't have to just run away from it as if she didn't care, but she just leaves the egg there, and of course the bad bird goes and takes it.
I got the egg!
So they take the egg into their shelter, into their igloo, I guess, and they're about to basically go ahead and just cook it and eat it. The good bird doesn't want to eat the egg because he finds out that there's actually a penguin or a bird inside. So he doesn't want to eat it, so he starts like playing games with the bad bird, like, oh, I don't have it in this hand or this hand or anything. But they go ahead, but the bad bird doesn't care about any of that, and he just opens up the egg anyway. So the bad bird opens up the egg and cracks it open, and then for like a second, like it's like not in there because he looks inside to see if there's anything in there, and then he's like surprised, like it came out at him. He couldn't believe that there was something inside. But like, where was the penguin like hiding? Where could it have gone? This is a very small, compact egg. There's nowhere it could possibly go for you to be gasping, be surprised that it just came out of there. What is with this movie and just gasping and being surprised all the time? To be honest, this movie is pretty well animated. I'm not even gonna lie, but like the animation of them being surprised that some of this stuff is happening doesn't make any sense in any way. So as the bad bird is prepared to eat the penguin, it says this.
Any last words?
Daddy?
I'm not your dad! Dad. I am not your dad! Daddy. I'm not your dad!
So the penguin does the old Puss in Boots thing from Shrek. It does make sense for him to say daddy, right? Because this penguin has never seen the light of day or seen anyone. But also it doesn't make any sense because how does this penguin know how to speak? Like it hasn't even been taught any kind of language or anything in any context. So how the heck would it be able to speak? But I think I'm just being a little logical with this children's movie, right? But like that doesn't make any sense. How do you know how to say it could have been mommy. I don't know, but you know, it is what it is. Well, let's just continue. So then we cut to this group of penguins that are just doing whatever penguins do, and there's this one penguin who has like yellow eyeshadow. I guess that's to signify him as a man, I guess, since the pink eyeshadow signifies that the other penguin was a girl. I don't know, but all the other penguins don't have yellow eyeshadow, so I don't know why this specific one has yellow eyeshadow. But anyway, this is the dad of that penguin that got stolen. And of course, by the looks of him, he's generally upset, as anyone would be.
Thanks, Ozzy. But I don't feel much like eating.
We then see that the female penguin is, of course, all sad that her penguin got stolen. I don't know why she's surprised that it did. You were just doing nothing the whole time. I mean, it's not like you weren't waiting for something to happen. It was pretty idiotic. If you were doing that when there was a group of penguins, then it would have made more sense. But still, like, don't be sad now. Your baby gone. It's gone now, and it's your fault.
It happens to every couple, Gertie.
So it happens to every couple. So every couple here so all these penguins, this large group of penguins has had an egg just stolen. I'm guessing from just standing in the middle of nowhere and not doing anything, I guess. Somebody stole my identity? And they wired $1 million from my account? Oh. Well, guess that happens to everybody. What happens to everyone? Everyone gets their baby stolen in the penguin world. So, you know, don't be surprised. We'll make another one. He's supposed to be here for emotional support, and then she asks him,
Do you think maybe there's some way, somehow it survived?
No, Gertie.
yeah, so no hope at all that this penguin could be alive. It's been eaten alive. It's been left alone. There's like no hope in this guy's soul that his penguin child could be alive. Like, this guy stinks, dude. And it's so funny to see the captions, and it says hopeful music playing, but like there is no hope because he doesn't have any, right? The birds are laying down in the bed. They're trying to like decide like what they want to do with the penguin. And of course the good bird is like, hey man, let's keep it. And the bad bird is like, no, let's just get rid of it. But then the good bird just comes up with a name for it, and he names him.
Not a name. Since when? Since I named him Pingo.
Pingo?
That's the penguin's name from now on. And I guess it made the bad penguin not want to eat it even more, I guess.
Good morning, Daddy.
Dad, I'm not your dad. Dad, I'm not your dad. Daddy.
So of course they decide to keep him. Why would they not? It'd be pretty messed up since they're the ones that kidnapped him in the first place. So we go through this like montage of, I guess, like some like months or years passing by, because like the color of Pingo's beak and feet like change. So that would kind of tell that like time has elapsed at some point. It's never fully explained how much time has actually passed. Also, I do want to know where they got a camera from. Is there an electronics store in the South Pole? Like, how did they get that? So while they're making like angels in the snow, I guess they've done that a
million times, I guess.
So they end up getting like caught offhand by this like very weird and not very menacing looking sea lion that comes to eat them. We have this very weird running scene where like the sea lion is trying to eat Pingo, and like the snow is like barely moving at all. The animated snow isn't moving. And then you just see like the birds just kind of just flying around, not trying to pick them up or anything or help them, which they eventually do. But it's like, why didn't you just do that sooner? Why prolong this chase exactly? Just save them already. What are you waiting for? I don't know if they were like trying to like fight it off or something. Like, I don't understand what the goal was here. So it turns out that the sea lion that chased Pingo is working for this like hermit crab or something, and he's like, well, the sea lion is just dumb.
I have failed you.
Gee, you think, Einstein?
Yeah, honestly, I do.
I was being sarcastic. Of course you failed me.
Of course, this is what he sounds like. I feel like there's like a caricature of like characters that are like really big and sound just like this. I feel like they're all trying to do like this like Patrick Star kind of like impression, but do it in a different way, because he just sounds like a bodyguard that goes, what do we do, boys? Why does all these like big henchmen sound like this. Of course, he's an idiot. He takes everything literally. Never actually hear what the hermit crab's name is. His name is just Master.
I'm sorry, Master. Master, are you in there?
I guess Master Hermit. I don't know. I don't exactly know what the hermit crab's main goal is. He says it's like to bring him like food.
A return without even the tiniest little morsel to satisfy my ravenous appetite.
But like, wouldn't the sea lion want to eat as well? Like, why would he bring you food if he's also hungry? That doesn't really make any sense. By the time he gets to you, he's probably already eaten it.
Not ironic, moronic. And for the record, hermit crabs don't have teeth.
Yeah, you do. I'm pretty sure if I freeze frame it at a frame, I'm pretty sure we can see you have teeth. You have them. They animated you teeth. Did they like pre-record this first before they drew it or something? Like, how could you mess that up and then animate teeth to where he's saying, yeah, I have no teeth, but...
Like what?
This movie's direction is just all over the place.
See? I don't need teeth when I have these.
But you have them, so... What? You get back to the igloo where Pingo and the two birds are at, and Pingo wants to learn how to fly.
So, when are you gonna teach me how to fly? I know! Why don't you teach me now?
Of course, they have to tell him the hard truth that penguins are flightless birds and that he can't fly, which I guess he thought that he would grow up to be just like them, even though he looks completely different. I'm just saying, because he learned the word daddy very quickly within like 5 or 10 seconds of being alive. So, I mean, if he can't see that he's different than these other animals, then I don't know really what to say. After they tell Pingo that it's an impossibility for him to fly, he gets all sad and messed up about it because he's a penguin. I'm sorry that you were made a penguin. Like, so then for some reason he gets on like this very tall stack of books. Where did they get these books from? What would these books even contain exactly? And like, is there like a library nearby that they go to in the South Pole? I don't know. Just happen to have all the things that like a regular city would have, but it's in the South Pole somehow. Of course, he tries to fly and it doesn't work, and he falls into this like treasure box. And then he comes out and he has tap shoes on. First of all, this is the birds' igloo, so I would have to ask, why would they have tap shoes? Because they know how to fly already. They don't exactly walk that much, so why would they have tap shoes? Where did they get the tap shoes even from?
Where did all this stuff come from?
Then he gets on this like big ice cliff somehow without like slipping or anything. He has shoes on of all things, so I guess he was able to climb up here. They never actually show him getting up here because it just doesn't make any sense.
Stupid.
Of course, he lands face first in the ground because he can't fly. He gets up and he just starts tapping on the ice. Here we go. You can obviously see how creative the title was when they made this movie. Tappytoes. Even though he doesn't have toes. He has webbed feet, but I mean, whatever you say.
Try!
Well, he just goes around, he just starts tapping everywhere. Everywhere he can go, he starts tapping. That's how he learns how to tap dance. Like, what is this movie? So as he was tap dancing, this like girl penguin was watching him do it the whole time. And I don't know if it's me or something, but I feel like there's like a major like age difference in like the voices of these characters, because Pingo sounds like a 10-year-old or 9-year-old or something. And then this other penguin sounds like a grown woman.
Who, me? Of course I have unidentified one of the countless penguin females I've seen before.
I'm not a spy, if that's what you're implying. I'm too talkative to be a spy.
I don't know. I just feel like the voices just don't like match. And this is I think, supposed to be his love interest in the movie, so
It's a little shaky.
So the girl penguin reveals her name to be Bella. Like I said, I just feel like this relationship is just kind of weird. Like their voices just don't like match up with what they're trying to present here.
Is to dive in without making a splash. That way you don't scare away the fish.
Then Pingo tries to like teach her how to like catch fish, but like she came to you with a bucket full of them, so how could you honestly teach her anything that could help her in this situation? As he's trying to like teach her how to catch fish, the sea lion, the bummified sea lion comes back and tries to eat them.
Didn't scare them away then.
Woohoo! Lucky marble!
Oh my!
I think it's your dancing! Don't stop!
Please!
Stop.
What the fuck? To scare off the sea lion, he just tap dances the sea lion away, and I have to admit, it was pretty annoying. I mean, I kind of feel bad for the sea lion a little bit. Like, he had to endure this. Penguin is not affected because they, like, their ears are, they don't have any ears in the animation, so they can't hear it as well. I don't know how that works. Tap dancing is the secret to scaring sea lions away, apparently. So the sea lion goes back to the cave, of course, with no food as usual. So the hermit crab concocts like a plan to basically just get all the sea lions that they know and then just attack all the penguins at once. Yeah, that's their big plan.
You can see for yourself. Tomorrow, Pingo's gonna teach me how to tap dance.
You heard Jonesy? There's not another colony for miles. What if maybe that tap dancing penguin is our son?
Okay, how did you come up with that conclusion at all? In your mind, you think that your kid was eaten by two birds, two scavengers that came and grabbed him. You don't know if they had any kind of sympathy for penguins or not. That's why they steal eggs. They don't have any. Especially your husband even saying that he had no hope that your son could possibly be alive, yet they were playing hopeful music somehow.
When I was young, they called it a lie.
It's not a lie. It's the truth. He'll be here.
But how do you know that it is true? You have like no context or anything to believe that. Like, you weren't there when that was happening. When Pingo was tap dancing with Bella, you were not even there to witness that, so how could you even know that? And like I said, there's been some type of time lapse of some kind because penguins' colors like change over time as they grow up. So obviously there's been months worth of things happening here. How could she know that? I'm just saying.
I knew he'd come! Pingo!
Look at him, Ozzy. He even looks like you.
Does he? He doesn't even have like the yellow eyeshadow or anything. He doesn't look like him at all. Eyes don't even look like his. Honestly, the four penguins that are standing in this shot here look more like Pingo than his dad does. Where's the yellow eyeshadow? So the good bird and the bad bird notice that the sea lions are heading in their directions. They basically go and tell the penguins that, hey, they're coming, we need to come up with a plan of some sort.
Better than the others! They raised me!
Did you hear that, Ozzy? I told you! You're the two birds who took my egg!
It was his idea.
Pingo!
And she just starts calling him Pingo for some reason. Like, did she not have a name already cooked up or anything? I guess she's just cool with the name that they gave him. I guess the dad is too. He starts calling, like, he's Pingo now. How do you know he didn't want to become David or Mike? Like, they had no name prepared for their son. They're just okay with the name that the birds gave him. So
I guess that makes sense.
So the birds fly back to the igloo and they grab all these utensils. This is their big plan that they came up with. They decide to put the utensils around their legs and feet. Somehow these utensils are just bending at will, apparently. And they were going to tap dance at the same time to scare them away. Huh? Oh my God. Like, oh my God, dude. Like, why do I feel bad for these sea lions? Their bad tap dancing is working for a good reason. It's just terrible. And the hermit crab is just sitting on top of one of the sea lion's head and unaffected because his shell is covering his ears, I guess, so he can't hear it as much as the sea lions can. That's how that works. Oh yeah, that's the end. They tap wave their dance to victory. No repercussions at all for the birds that kidnapped their kid. Took them in, gave them a name or anything. They're not mad at all. There's a kiss at the end, which I still find weird because of their voices. I don't know. That's it. That's the end of this. This was a movie that I had saw on my feed before, and I was just like, seriously, why does this exist? But I had to watch it. Hope y'all enjoyed the stupidity of this movie. Of course, I will have more content coming in. Got something special coming up.
This is a sick Negro.
It's gonna be a banger. You already know what it is. Peace, love, and serenity. I will see y'all next time.